Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video dives deep into one of the most surprising and valuable coins you might find hiding in your pocket change, your coin jar, or your childhood piggy bank. We're talking about the 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And yes, you heard that right, some of these have been sold in recent times for as much as $63,836. So, what makes this seemingly ordinary penny worth more than most cars or even down payments on a house? Let's unravel the rich history and incredible market value of this remarkable coin. Let's start at the beginning, the year 1974. America was in a state of transformation. The country was moving through political unrest, economic changes, and a cultural shift that defined an entire generation. Amid all this, the U.S. Mint continued its long-standing tradition of minting the Lincoln 1-cent coin. The Lincoln penny had already been a staple in American pockets since 1909, originally introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Now, when we talk about the 1974 penny, there are a few versions you need to know about. The Philadelphia Mint produced billions of these pennies without a mint mark. That's right, if you find a 1974 penny with no mint mark just beneath the year, that means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. The Denver Mint also produced 1974 D pennies, and the San Francisco Mint created proof coins marked with an S. But here's where things get interesting. While billions of these coins were produced, not all of them are equal. The true value lies in rarity, condition, and sometimes striking errors or experimental variations. Most 1974 pennies are only worth their face value, just 1 cent, unless they are in pristine condition or exhibit unusual traits. But a select few of the 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have shocked collectors by fetching tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay over $63,000 for a penny from 1974 that doesn't even have a mint mark? The answer lies in two key factors: exceptional condition and collector demand. The specific coin that reached a market value of $63,836 was not your average pocket change penny. It was graded at a nearly perfect mint state, which means it had never been circulated and was preserved in stunning condition from the moment it was struck. Mint state coins are rated on a scale from MS60 to MS70, with MS70 being a perfect coin with no imperfections visible under magnification. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. And in the case of this 1974 no-mint mark penny, its condition was so flawless that it demanded an extraordinary price at auction. Collectors are always on the lookout for top-graded examples of historical coins, and when only a tiny handful exist at that level of quality, bidding wars can break out, sending prices soaring into the tens of thousands. Let's talk about the coin's design, because aesthetics matter too. The obverse side of the coin features the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained largely unchanged since it first appeared in 1909. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It remained in circulation until the end of 2008, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial Series in 2009. Now, back to that incredible market value. In recent years, a handful of these 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have appeared at major auctions and have stunned experts and bidders alike. One such coin, verified and graded by a top-tier coin grading company, sold for $63,836. That figure reflects not only the scarcity of such a high-quality coin, but also the fierce competition among collectors to own a piece of American numismatic history. If you're sitting at home wondering whether you might have one of these hidden treasures, here's what you should do. First, look at the date 1974. Then, check for a mint mark. If there's no mint mark below the date, you may have a Philadelphia coin. The next step is to examine the coin's condition. If it looks unusually shiny, uncirculated, or appears to be in mint state condition, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can give you an official grade and help you determine its true market value. It's also important to mention that not all no-mint mark 1974 pennies are valuable. Only those in exceptional condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher, have reached those incredible price points. Still, finding one of these coins in your collection could be like discovering buried treasure. Now let's take a moment to consider the broader context. The story of the 1974 Lincoln penny is not just about a rare coin. It's about how something so small and common in our daily lives can become a powerful symbol of history, craftsmanship, and even wealth. It's a reminder to pay attention to the details because sometimes the most valuable things are hiding in plain sight. So, what can we learn from the story of the 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny? First, never underestimate the value of your old coins. Second, coin collecting is not just a hobby, it can be an investment. And third, the rarest treasures are often those that survive the test of time in pristine condition. If you're a coin enthusiast, a collector, or just someone with a jar full of pennies, go check your coins. You never know, you might just be holding a 1974 no-mint mark penny worth over $63,000. And if you do, make sure to handle it carefully and consider getting it professionally evaluated. You could be sitting on a life-changing discovery. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in your change, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another incredible coin story. Until next time, happy collecting and may your next penny be a treasure worth thousands. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's exciting video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare U.S. coins to explore one of the most mysterious and valuable pennies of modern times. Yes, we are talking about the 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark that has shocked collectors around the world by reaching a staggering value of $83,998 in the current market. Sit tight because we're uncovering the full history, hidden features, reasons behind its massive value, and exactly what to look for if you think you might have one sitting in your pocket change, your coin jar, or an old drawer. The history of the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Let's start with some background. The 1977 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. These pennies have become one of the longest-running coin series in American history. Now, the 1977 penny might look ordinary at first glance, with Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse or back. But here's where things get interesting. Most 1977 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark for 1-cent coins during that time. That's why many 1977 pennies naturally show no mint mark under the date. However, a very small number of these coins, despite being struck under routine conditions, were produced with extraordinary qualities due to unique die errors, striking conditions, or preservation. Why the 1977 no-mint mark penny is worth so much so, why is one of these pennies valued at $83,998 today? It all comes down to rarity, condition, demand, and a little bit of mystery. The particular 1977 no-mint mark penny that fetched nearly $84,000 was graded in top condition, nearly perfect under microscopic inspection, by a professional grading service. It had full red luster, no visible wear, razor-sharp details, and a near-pristine surface. Beyond that, certain specimens of this coin have extremely rare features that collectors go wild for, including die doubling, strong strikes from new dies, or planchet errors that make them highly unique. Combine this with the fact that most 1977 pennies were heavily circulated, meaning uncirculated or gem-quality examples are rare to find today. Features that increase the coin's value. Here's what makes a 1977 no-mint mark penny incredibly valuable. First, the color and surface. Coins are typically categorized as brown, red-brown, or full red. The full red pennies are the most desirable because they retain their original copper color without turning dark or spotty over the years. Next is the grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and a 1977 penny that gets a mint state grade of MS 67 or higher is considered elite. Only a handful of examples in the world are known to exist in this ultra-high grade. Some rare 1977 pennies also show doubling in the lettering or numbers, known as a doubled die. If you look closely under magnification and see clear doubling on the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," or the date, that's a potential jackpot. Current market value and auction records now. Let's talk money. According to the latest coin auction results and market trends, a 1977 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in average circulated condition is only worth its face value. But here's the kicker: a nearly flawless MS 67 example recently sold for an incredible $83,998 at a major coin auction, and the demand is only growing. As more collectors enter the market and try to complete their Lincoln cent collections, coins like these skyrocket in value due to their rarity and condition. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and private dealers have seen sharp price increases over the past few years for top-grade 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies. How to identify one in your collection? You might be wondering, do I have one of these valuable pennies? Start by checking your 1977 pennies for the absence of a mint mark just below the date. That confirms it was minted in Philadelphia. Then, examine the color. Is it still shiny red, or has it turned dark brown? Next, look at the details. Are Lincoln's hair and beard lines crisp? Can you see the steps of the Lincoln Memorial clearly? Finally, use a 10x magnifier to check for doubling or other mint errors. If it looks promising, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will grade your coin and let you know where it stands on the value scale. Tips for collectors and sellers: if you're a coin collector, keep an eye out for rolls of unsearched pennies from the 1970s. Sometimes, these gems are hiding in plain sight. If you're selling, don't rush. Have your coin graded, get multiple offers, and list it through reputable auction houses or dealers who specialize in rare coins. And if you're simply fascinated by history and the potential of turning 1 cent into nearly $84,000, stay tuned to our channel. We bring you the latest discoveries, expert tips, and deep dives into the most valuable coins in American history. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny that soared to a jaw-dropping $83,998. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, stories like these prove that treasure can still be found in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss an update about rare coins that could change your life. And if you have a 1977 penny with no mint mark, drop a comment below and let us know. Who knows, your penny could be the next record-breaking sale. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel where rare coins turn into real treasure. Today, we are uncovering one of the most astonishing stories in American coin collecting history. This is the unbelievable tale of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that is not only rare, but now has a market value that will blow your mind. We are talking about an eye-popping $66 million. Yes, $66 million for a single penny. You heard that right. So buckle up, coin collectors and treasure hunters, because we are about to dive deep into the incredible world of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. To truly understand the significance of this coin, we need to go back in time. The year was 1982. Ronald Reagan was president of the United States. Gas was around 91 cents per gallon. And something strange was happening at the United States Mint. For decades, the iconic Lincoln cent had been made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper, the mint made a drastic decision. In 1982, they transitioned to a new composition, one made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This meant that during this transition year, the United States Mint produced 7 different varieties of the Lincoln penny. These varieties included large date and small date designs, copper and zinc compositions, and mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, and even San Francisco. However, amidst all these varieties, one mysterious and incredibly rare penny quietly slipped through the cracks. It was the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, many experts did not even believe it existed until it was discovered. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so incredibly valuable. First of all, there is the no-mint mark feature. Usually, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1982 bore no mint mark, but that's not unusual on its own. What makes this specific coin a once-in-a-lifetime find is that it is a 1982 small-date Lincoln penny with no mint mark and a copper composition. This exact combination was not supposed to exist. Yet somehow it does. The discovery of this coin sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. One example was verified and authenticated by experts at PCGS, the professional coin grading service. After years of analysis, it was confirmed that this was not an error caused by post-mint tampering. It was a genuine United States Mint product, an accidental creation that now stands as one of the most valuable pennies ever known to exist. So why is it worth $66 million? Let's break it down. First, rarity drives value. With only one confirmed example of this exact combination, 1982, small date, no mint mark, copper, it is practically a one-of-a-kind coin. Collectors and investors are willing to pay staggering amounts for coins that defy the odds. Second, historical importance adds even more value. This penny represents a major moment in minting history, a year of transition, experimentation, and human error that produced a legendary artifact. Third, condition plays a massive role. The coin in question was found in almost pristine, uncirculated condition, making it even more valuable. When the coin hit the private auction circuit, bidding wars erupted. Wealthy collectors from around the globe placed competitive offers. Eventually, the final sale price soared to an astounding $66 million. That makes this coin not just rare and valuable, it makes it the most expensive penny ever sold in history. Now let's talk about the market and what this means for you. If you have a collection of old pennies, especially from 1982, you might want to take a very close look. Use a digital scale to check the weight. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams while zinc pennies weigh just 2.5 grams. Then, use a magnifying glass to examine the date. If you see a small date and no mint mark, it's time to get excited. But here's the catch, you must have the right combination. Only the small date, no mint mark, copper version has been verified as the million-dollar treasure. Still, checking your change could lead you to an incredible discovery, and even if you don't find the $66 million penny, other 1982 varieties are still worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their composition, date, style, and condition. Coins that are graded MS67 or higher can easily sell for over $10,000. So don't toss those pennies aside. Each one could be a potential gold mine. Let's recap. In 1982, a rare coin was accidentally created, a small date, copper, no mint mark Lincoln penny. It slipped past the minting process and ended up in circulation. Years later, it was discovered, authenticated, and sold for $66 million. This tiny copper coin became a giant in the world of rare collectibles. It proves that history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin stories that could change your life. And don't forget, the next million-dollar coin might just be in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep believing that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest value. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's video is all about one of the most mind-blowing discoveries in the world of coin collecting, the 1992 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This is not just any ordinary penny. This little copper coin, once casually dropped into pockets and piggy banks across the United States, has now shocked the numismatic world with its unbelievable market value of $7.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. $7.3 million for a single penny. So grab your coin jars, your old collections, and stay tuned as we dive deep into the astonishing story, the rare history, and the jaw-dropping current market value of this legendary 1992 no-mint Mark Lincoln. Sent. The backstory of the Lincoln Pennilets start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first American coin to feature the image of a real historical person. Over the decades, the penny has gone through several design changes, material changes, and minting errors. But among all these, the 1992 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny stands out as one of the rarest and most mysterious pieces ever released. Now, most pennies minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, so you might be wondering, what's so special about a 1992 penny with no mint mark? Well, the magic lies not just in the mint mark, but in the transitional design error that occurred in 1992, creating a rare combination that makes this coin worth millions. The 1992 close AM error. What makes it rare? In 1992, the United States Mint made a quiet change to the reverse of the Lincoln cent. Normally, pennies from that year were supposed to have the wide AM design, where the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are spaced apart. But due to a rare die error, a small number of 1992 pennies were struck using the 1993 reverse design a year early. This resulted in a close AM appearance, the A and M almost touching. Now combine this design anomaly with the fact that the coin came from the Philadelphia Mint, which typically does not use a mint mark. And you have one of the rarest combinations in modern U.S. coinage. Only a tiny handful of these coins have ever been discovered. Some estimates say there may be less than 10 in existence. The rarity, combined with a unique design error and the year it was minted, gives this penny an almost mythical status among collectors. Discovery and shocking auction value. For years, these close AM pennies went unnoticed in circulation. People spent them, saved them, and tossed them in change jars without realizing they might be holding a fortune in their hands. It wasn't until a sharp-eyed collector examined a 1992 penny under magnification and noticed the unusual spacing that the error was confirmed. The numismatic community quickly took notice, and the value of this coin began to skyrocket. In a jaw-dropping moment, one of these 1992 no-mint Mark close AM Lincoln pennies sold at auction for an incredible $7.3 million. That sale stunned even the most experienced coin experts and collectors. The reason for such a high value? Pure rarity, extreme demand, and the historical significance of the transitional design. How to identify a 1992 NO Mint Mark close AM PNNY now? You're probably wondering if you could be the lucky one holding this million-dollar coin. Let's talk about how to identify it. First, look at the date. It must say 1992. Second, there must be no mint mark under the date. This confirms it was minted in Philadelphia. Third, and most important, turn the coin over and look at the word America. If the A and M are very close together, nearly touching, you might be holding a 1992 close AM variety. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe for a clearer view. Compare it with a regular penny if you're unsure. If you believe you have one, do not clean it or try to alter it in any way. Instead, take it to a professional coin grading service for verification. You could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. Why collectors will pay millions, so why would anyone pay millions for a penny? The answer lies in three factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, rarity. With fewer than 10 known examples, it's one of the rarest modern U.S. coins. Second, condition. A high-grade coin with minimal wear can command astronomical prices. The $7.3 million penny was in near-perfect condition. Third, demand. Elite collectors, investors, and institutions are constantly looking to own the rarest coins in existence. When one of these appears on the market, a bidding war often breaks out. This is not just about owning a penny, it's about owning a piece of minting history that may never be duplicated. What do you do if you find ONE if you think you've found a 1992 no mint mark close AM penny? Here's what you need to do. Carefully examine the reverse for the close AM design. Use professional resources or reference images from trusted numismatic sites. Contact a certified grading service such as PCGS or NGC to have your coin authenticated and graded. Once authenticated, work with a reputable auction house to sell it. Do not try to sell such a rare coin online without expert guidance. You could end up undervaluing it or being scammed, and there you have it. The amazing story of the 1992 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that's now worth $7.3 million. Who would have thought that a coin most people ignored at checkout counters could become one of the most valuable pieces of modern numismatics? So, check your coin collections, look through your old piggy banks, and keep an eye out for that close AM. You never know. That 1 cent in your hand might just be the key to a multi-million-dollar treasure. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on more rare coin discoveries and valuable updates. Stay curious, stay collecting, and until next time, happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel where we explore the rarest and most valuable coins in American history that could make you a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one very specific and highly prized coin, the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This unassuming copper coin from the mid-1970s could be sitting in your change jar or tucked away in an old collection. But what if I told you it could be worth as much as $82,988 in today's collector market? That's right. Let's break down everything you need to know about this treasure in plain sight. First, let's talk about the origin of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, this iconic 1-cent coin has remained a staple in American currency for more than a century. The design has seen a few changes over the decades, but in 1976, the coin still featured the classic bust of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which had been used since 1959. Now, 1976 was a very important year in American history. It was the bicentennial year, celebrating 200 years since the Declaration of Independence. While most commemorative designs were reserved for the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins, the penny remained visually unchanged. But what makes the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? Here's where things get interesting. Most pennies struck in 1976 were made in Philadelphia and did not have a mint mark. That was standard at the time, as the Philadelphia Mint traditionally didn't include a mint mark on Lincoln cents. However, a very small number of these coins possess certain characteristics that separate them from the millions of regular strikes. These extremely rare variations are believed to be struck with an ultra-sharp die, resulting in exceptional detail and quality. Some of them also show signs of being struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin or using a unique alloy composition. The real value of the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny comes from its scarcity in such high-grade condition. While millions were minted and circulated, only a tiny number have survived in pristine condition with the perfect combination of luster, sharpness, and eye appeal. Coin collectors and numismatists search tirelessly for these top-grade examples, and they are willing to pay a small fortune when one comes to market. One particular 1976 no mint mark Lincoln cent graded MS-67 red by a top coin grading service sold for an astounding $82,988. This sale rocked the coin collecting community and sparked new interest in re-examining pocket change, old rolls, and coin jars for any hidden gems. You might be wondering, how can I tell if I have a valuable 1976 Lincoln penny? Here are the key things to look for. First, examine the coin's condition. If the coin appears uncirculated with no scratches, wear, or dullness, it might be worth a closer look. Second, check for strong, clear details, especially around Lincoln's hair, beard, and the lettering. Third, The color should be a bright, lustrous red. Coins with original red coloration are much more desirable to collectors. Lastly, consider having the coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Grading is what separates an average coin from one that's worth thousands. Let's talk about the market value. The high-end market value of $82,988 is not just a one-time fluke. The demand for top-tier coins continues to grow as more collectors and investors enter the numismatic space. Rare coins have consistently outperformed many traditional investments, especially those with a strong historical story and limited availability. The 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is the perfect example of this trend. So, what should you do if you find one of these coins? First, resist the urge to clean it. Cleaning a coin can significantly reduce its value. Handle it carefully by the edges and place it in a soft holder or a coin flip. Next, take it to a coin dealer or mail it to a grading service for professional authentication. And finally, keep an eye on auction houses and coin shows, where rare pennies like this can fetch life-changing amounts. Let's recap. The 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may look ordinary, but in pristine, high-grade condition, it is one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents. With a recorded auction price reaching $82,988, this humble 1-cent coin proves that treasure can come in small forms. If you have a collection or even just a few old coins, now is the time to start searching. You never know what hidden gems you might find. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful or surprising, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories about rare coins, valuable finds, and how you can turn ordinary change into extraordinary cash. Drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever come across a rare coin. Who knows, your story could be the next one we feature. Until next time, keep collecting and keep hunting for that hidden fortune in your pocket.